A study followed thousands of people as their income rose. Some doubled, some tripled what they used to make. And the finding that should terrify you, most of them didn't feel any richer, not happier, not more secure, just busier spending it. There's a name for what happened to them. It's not bad luck, and it's not bad math. It's a psychological trap that's specifically more dangerous the smarter and more disciplined you are. Because discipline doesn't protect you from it. In the next few minutes, I'm going to show you exactly how it works, why your brain is built to fall for it, and the one habit that actually breaks. Here's the mechanism. In plain terms, it's called hedonic adaptation. Your brain's tendency to reset what feels normal every time your circumstances improve. Psychologists have tracked this same pattern for decades. Nobel-winning research on income and well-being found something almost identical. Emotional well-being rises with income, but only up to a point. After that, more money keeps building your bank balance without building your sense of security. So if income alone doesn't fix the feeling of being behind, what does? That's what we're actually solving today. Not how do you earn more, but why does earning more so often not feel like enough? Let's make this concrete. Say you get a raise, a real one, meaningful, 20%. For the first few weeks, it feels incredible. You notice the extra room in your account. Then, within a few months, and this is the part almost nobody catches in themselves, your spending has quietly risen to meet it. A slightly nicer apartment, eating out slightly more often, upgrading things you didn't think twice about before. None of it feels reckless. Each individual decision is completely reasonable. That's what makes this trap so effective. It doesn't look like overspending. It looks like normal life catching up. Researchers call the more extreme version of this the Diderot effect, named after the philosopher who got a nice new robe as a gift and ended up slowly replacing every piece of furniture in his house because suddenly everything else looks shabby by comparison. One upgrade creates a chain reaction of necessary follow-up upgrades. Here's the part that makes this specifically dangerous for smart, disciplined people. You're good at justifying decisions. You can build a spreadsheet that makes almost any purchase look reasonable in isolation. The trap isn't that you're bad with money. It's that you're evaluating each decision one at a time, when the actual damage happens in the aggregate. And this is the part where I want to be straight with you instead of vague. The fix isn't budget harder or want less. Willpower alone loses to hedonic adaptation almost every time, because adaptation isn't a discipline problem, it's a perception problem. Your brain genuinely stops registering your current lifestyle as enough. Fighting that with pure willpower is like holding your breath and hoping you stop needing air. So what actually works? That's coming right after this. Okay, so if willpower doesn't fix this, what does? There are 3 mechanisms that actually interrupt hedonic adaptation. And the second one is the one almost every high earner gets wrong. So stay with me here. First, automate the gap before you feel it. The moment income rises, the increase needs to move somewhere you don't see it day to day. Savings, investing, debt payoff, before it ever touches your regular spending account. This isn't a budgeting tip, it's a psychology tip. You can't hedonically adapt to money you never see. Second, and this is the one that trips people up, deliberately keep some upgrades, but choose them. The goal was never to live like nothing changed. Total deprivation doesn't work either. It just creates a different kind of failure later. The actual skill is choosing 1 or 2 upgrades that genuinely matter to you and consciously declining the rest, instead of letting your environment decide for you. Third, reset your reference point on purpose. Hedonic adaptation runs on comparison. If your comparison point is constantly the next lifestyle up, you will never feel ahead, regardless of your actual numbers. The fix isn't ignoring comparison. It's controlling what you're comparing yourself to. Track your own progress over time instead of your current peer group spending. Put together, here's what this actually looks like in a normal month. Raise or bonus hits, a fixed percentage moves automatically before you see it. You pick one deliberate upgrade you actually value. Everything else stays exactly where it was. That's it. That's the whole mechanism. It's not more complicated than that. It's just invisible until you know to look for it. A few mistakes I want to flag because this is where people who understand this concept still fail to apply it. Mistake 1. Treating automate it as a one-time setup. Every time your income changes, the automation needs to be revisited. Set it once and forget it, and you'll drift right back into the trap within a year. Mistake 2. Choosing upgrades based on what other people upgraded, not what you actually value. This is the Diderot effect again. just wearing a disguise. You don't actually want the nicer car, you just don't want to be the only one without one. Mistake 3, and this is the big one, waiting until you have more to start applying this. The mechanism doesn't care how much you earn. It works or fails identically at $40,000 a year and $400,000 a year, because it's not about the amount, it's about the gap between income and awareness. Start the habit now, at whatever income you're at, and it compounds the same way your investments do. If you want the concrete version of this, actual percentages, actual account structures, that's exactly what next week's video breaks down. So keep an eye out. Here's the one-sentence version of everything we just covered. You will never out-earn a perception problem. You have to interrupt it structurally before it interrupts you. That's not a mindset shift. It's a mechanical one. Automate the gap. Choose your upgrades on purpose and measure yourself against your own past, not everyone else's present. If this was useful, the next video in this series gets specific. Real numbers, real account structures. Subscribe if you want it when it drops, and I'll see you in the next one.